Hi everybody, this is Zui Negurkar. I'm an intern at SAIT GSMC Medical College and KM Hospital, and it is currently 31st of March 2023, and it has been 2 weeks since our NEET PG results came out, and I have achieved All India rank 7, just 7, not 7K, just 7, and it was a big shock for me. But at the same time, many months ago, to motivate myself, I told myself that I would film myself studying and doing internship or commuting or whatever. I told myself I would vlog as if I have already gotten a very good rank and I am making a YouTube video to share my journey with other NEET PG aspirants. Funny thing is, when I was filming all this, I had absolutely no idea whether I was going to get a good rank. Like, a good rank for me was anything within 500 or within 1000 even. Like, I was just desperate to get a 3-digit rank, and this is not something that I had expected when I was filming all that. And actually, I started filming small clips of me studying, and I was building this video in my head. Like, this is how I'll be editing this. This is how I'll be putting the clips together. I was doing all this, and then somewhere along the way, when I had a few bad weeks of studying, I stopped filming myself because I was like, nahi, I probably am not going to get a good rank, so I should stop getting my hopes up and I should stop this silly business of getting, I should not be aiming for something extremely that is out of my reach. And so I stopped filming. When again 2 months before the exam, I was like कि चलो खुद को motivate करने के लिए सही, I will just film time lapses of me studying so that later when I look at these time lapses, I'll remember this time a lot when I was studying. And so now I have the right to upload a video like this, and I am so grateful for the fact that something that the past me imagined and pictured actually has come true. And I just want to share this journey with everybody because by no way this was this was so unexpected. I can't even begin to explain. Like, I think I will be doing a series of videos about how I went from like a rank of about like average ranks of about 2000, 3000, 1000, then sometimes getting a 3-digit rank in GTs and then going to this rank in the final exam. There is obviously some luck factor associated with this. Like, it was my luck that everything that was all the idiosyncratic questions which were there in the exam, it's my luck that I could answer them and I had a slight idea about them, and it was nothing that I absolutely did not know. But yeah, I am not going to discredit my hard work by saying it was entirely luck, because in the last 2 months I really pushed myself, and I think that is why it took me from an average, just above average ranks to a top 10 rank in entire nation. So yeah, I think I will be sharing just to motivate everybody else or just to answer everyone else's doubts about how you can be just like above average mediocre student and still do good enough in this exam. And yeah.
Hi everybody, my name is Zui. I am an intern working in one of the BMC hospitals in Mumbai, and I'm currently studying for my NEET PG exam, which will be taking place in 2023. I am already 2 months into my internship. My plan ever since I ended final year exams was to kind of vlog throughout this internship year and show how I'm studying, how I'm preparing, how I'm managing to balance between internship work, between studying for NEET, and also at the same time between life and spending time with my loved ones, my friends, and trying not to get burnt out. And for the first 2 months, I was just so overwhelmed with internship work, and I had surgery right in the beginning, so it was kind of overwhelming. Although I did not have that much work, but I was still overwhelmed. Yeah, so because I was having a hard time getting adjusted to internship and then studying in my free time and still not getting frustrated with studying, and so I just did not do this video thing. The funny thing is, if I don't end up doing well in my exam next year, this video is not going to be seen by anybody because this is not going to get posted. But if I do end up scoring well, if I do end up achieving my goals, my dream rank, dream field, whatever, if I end up doing well, decent, then this video will see some light of the day. Yeah, so I just have to remember every day to film a little bit and talk without getting camera conscious. So right now let me give you an update. So currently I am 2 months into internship. I have been studying for 2 months right from the beginning, and after talking to a lot of seniors, I realized that I need to be doing the first and second year subjects really well. Like, it's okay if you don't get time to do medicine and surgery. Keep those towards the end. First finish patho, pharmac, biochem, physiology. Finish these subjects first. So I have been trying to finish them as fast as possible, but sadly, over 2 months, I have only managed to do 3 subjects, that is physio, patho, and pharmac, out of which pharmac took one entire month. And still, despite it, I finished it 2 days ago, and it took more than a month, and I still have some tests to give, some MCQs to practice. Pharmac is really vast and it's too volatile, and I know I will definitely need more revisions. So it was frustrating to see that I have given so much time to this one subject, and I still am not even I'm not even 80% good at it. I'm like at 50%. Like, depending on whatever I can recall, I'm only at 50%. So I definitely need more revisions. I need to give more tests. I need to review more MCQs to understand where I'm going wrong. But I can't keep doing pharmac for 2 months or more than a month. I don't think any subject deserves more than a month. Pharmac is fine. So right now, I started microbiology yesterday, and yeah, I think it's going at a good pace. Not the best, but I need to, I have decided a certain goal for every day. Right now I'm doing my pediatric posting, and I underestimated the amount of time in my day that it would take up. So I'm pre-made a plan to finish microbiology in 10 days, and I don't think that's going to be possible. Yeah, but I'm trying to stick to it. I have to finish revising 20 pages of notes daily. Along with that, some MCQs whenever I'm in the hospital, whenever I'm walking about, when I am, not doing anything in particular. So I will solve MCQs in that time. I don't sit down and solve MCQs separately because I don't find it to be very productive. I will go through MCQs, I will read the explanations, I will figure out where I'm going wrong, but I will solve MCQs only when I'm out and about, not when I have free time, when I have a good amount of time to sit down and study. That's when I read notes. That's when I give tests. I review those tests. But everyday MCQ solving, that I do when I am actually working in the hospital. So it's Monday. I am back from my work, from my internship work. I'm back from the college, and now I'm trying to, it's 4:30 p.m. and I'm going to try and get at least 4 hours of studying done for today. I have some definite goals which I've set, and let's see, I'm going to try and achieve those.
So in the beginning, when I started to film my studies and my journey of NEET PG, I was really pumped up, and I think I had really lighter postings towards the beginning, which were not extremely hectic and which were not very tiring for me. So I was really happy and I was motivated to balance both the internship work, learn new things at the hospital, as well as go home and study that day. So initially I was doing well. I was having my coffee, I was writing positive things in my journal, I was maintaining positive self-talk, and I was really going at it. So I'm proud of myself for being able to stay dedicated and stay focused at such an early point in the preparation. But as time went by and postings got more hectic, like we had our urban health center posting and department की खटारा बस में हॉस्पिटल से अर्बन हेल्थ सेंटर तक ट्रैवल करो, एंड दैट वाज क्वाइट टायरिंग. एंड लेटर ऑन इन नवंबर जब मेडिसिन चालू हुआ, दैट वाज द वर्स्ट मंथ. आई बेयरली गॉट एनी स्टडिंग डन दैट एंटायर मंथ बिकॉज बहुत हैवी यूनिट लग गया था. And although the residents were very very nice and they were very sweet and they used to let me off from work earlier than usual, but it was still a lot of work and very tiring. Posting जाओ, घर आओ, सो जाओ, शाम को डिप्रेशन में बैठो, that was my schedule. And yeah, so there were times which were tough, definitely, but unfortunately I'm not recorded those sad times. So after that last clip, I sort of stopped filming a lot because I was not studying too well. But this is me in my rural posting in a PHC where we were given a room to stay, and I was trying my best to study even here, and I was trying not to get very disturbed by unfamiliar surroundings. So wherever you get time, you have to really study in your internship year, and every little moment is important, and every little bit of studying which you get done is important. It's not like you have to be in the perfect setting and at your study table in the perfect mindset to study. That is not a luxury you have when you're preparing in your internship year. So yeah, this was me trying to get surgery done after finishing all the second year subjects which I was planning to get done. As soon as I was back home, I was obviously back to my study table. This was my favorite place to study at. I had my own diary in which I wrote down all my goals for the day and for the entire month. I think planning really helped me a lot. In the background, you will also see that I have drawn on a calendar on one of the walls. So because even though I had written down a plan in my diary, I was still ignoring it, and I was kind of slacking off and not finishing things on time. So I thought if I have a visual stressor, like if I have it right in front of my eyes that I have to finish this subject by this time, then I would not slack off, and I would at least hurry up and pick up the pace a little to complete my goals on time. And yeah, it kind of worked, but then again, your internship postings and what unit you get, what schedule you get, kind of like really changes everything. So I always made sure to keep my goals flexible. Like थोड़े दिनों का बफर देना रहता है. You have to tell yourself कि अगर internship heavy हो जाता है तो I will give myself इतना time. If internship is not very heavy, then I will give myself इतना time. So you have to stay flexible, because otherwise it's a big stressor for you, where you are just trying to get things done but you physically can't because there is just no time. So yeah, I think this was a good way to keep myself motivated, of drawing on a calendar right behind me at my study area. And here I'm doing PSM, and after this I had done OBGY according to what I remember. So like in the earlier clip, I finished doing surgery, then I went to PSM, then I went to OBGY. So what I did was, in the beginning of the year, I finished patho, pharmac, physio, biochemistry, microbio, all these major subjects from preclinical years, so like from second year and first year, because these gave me a lot of solid foundation for all the big subjects which I did later on. And actually I did not even do medicine. I had only done 18 subjects for this exam because there was simply no time. And I think I will cover this topic of how to start and which subjects you can afford to not do, and how you can build up MCQ solving strategy. I'll probably cover this in another video if there are enough people interested to watch. Towards the end of 2022, like in November and December, I started doing two multiple subjects together. So I was doing a big subject, like I was doing OBS and I was doing anesthesia together, because towards the end of the year I realized that I was actually running out of time, because in the beginning I gave so much time to each subject, which is a mistake which I made because I did not stick to the deadlines I had given myself, and then I ended up having to do multiple subjects at the same time, and I was reading them for the first time, and I had to do revision at the same time simultaneously. So in the end it got really cramped up, and I think one advice which I would give everybody is avoid spending too much time on a single subject. Move on, finish your first reading and do multiple revisions instead. While reading anything important which I could find, or I thought this was an important criteria, important classification, important MCQ point, I would write it down on a post-it and stick it around my study table. And I was studying on a Discord study server because it's boring to study alone, and here you can find multiple people who are studying as well. I would like to make it very clear that not all days were so productive and satisfactory. There were days where it felt like my brain was floating, or like my skull was hollow, and I was just reading things but nothing was making sense, nothing was going inside my brain, and it was so incredibly frustrating. But I was forced to take the day off whenever this happened, and although I would spend the entire day in guilt, I would cry about it, I would crib about it to everybody, I know that retrospectively, looking back now, I know that those days were necessary, because whenever you are burnt out, there is no way you can continue studying with the same mindset. And you are not a machine. Your efficiency is only at 66%. You can never work at 100% of your efficiency, because we are human and we are not machines. So if you feel like you have to take a day off, forgive yourself and just take that break. As you can see, the post-it collection around my table was just ever increasing. I made a lot of biochemistry, pathology and other subjects ke charts, and they really helped. I put them around me everywhere, especially for high yield topics, because on the day of the exam as well, in the morning, I revised all these charts which I had put up around me instead of going through any books, and it really helps to have all of these right in front of you the entire time. This is the final picture of all the post-its and all the notes which I had put up around me before the exam. This is a clip from December when there was a measles outbreak in Mumbai, and so we were all shunted to urban health centers around us in our city. And after that posting, and after December, January onwards, I decided to stop attending postings, because I felt like till December I had done a pretty good job of attending postings sincerely, but towards the end I started panicking and I felt like I had very little time left. So after speaking to my family and my friends, I felt like it was the right time to stop attending postings and just stay home and try to study for about 10 to 12 hours a day, so that I would have no regrets later on. The next 2 months, Jan and Feb, were pretty uneventful. बस घर बैठ के पढ़ाई किया मैंने. I did not step out of the house for 2 months and exam तक जम के पढ़ाई किया. That was my entire NEET PG journey summed up in one single video. Obviously, this did not have a lot of tips on how to study, but there might be more videos for that in the future. I just hope that this motivated anybody who was looking for some motivation on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching.